Hey people, it is Monday, April the 3rd. Time is 3:45 in the afternoon. It's currently 13 degrees Celsius. Very mild spring day here. And I'm on Bloor Street East, heading west. And I'm just a block or so from Yonge Street. And once I get to Yonge, I'm going to start heading north along Yonge. And I think I'm going to walk up to St Clair Avenue. So we'll be taking us through the Rosedale neighborhood and past a few subway stations along the way. Rosedale Station, the Summerhill Station. And it's been a while since I've done a walk between Yonge and St Clair heading north. I usually head south when I do those walks, going into downtown, but I thought for a change I'd walk away from downtown up into Midtown.
That's why she empowered her.
Well, we're coming into the rush hour here, but on Mondays I find rush hours aren't as busy since that's a day when many people choose to work from home. Not as many people come downtown to the office. And the same goes for Fridays. So now it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where you'll see the most activity downtown. And just past Bloor Yonge Station. And here's Yonge Street. And there's a look south. Let's begin the walk north. There's another entrance to the subway station. And I think the main reason why I usually do this walk south from St. Clair into downtown is because going in that direction it's downhill and you also are walking towards an awesome view of the skyline. Whereas I'll be heading uphill for this one. But I will turn around at some point to reveal that awesome skyline view. Off to the west is the Yorkville neighborhood.
She might be a little close.
Here's Davenport Road and Church Street, heading in the other direction. For all your party needs. So usually once you pass Church and Davenport, right back there, most people would consider you coming into the Midtown neighborhood now, which extends all the way up to Yonge and Eglinton. It's a large multi-level Canadian Tire. There are plans to redevelop that site with some tall towers, but to build a new Canadian Tire store as part of that development. Well, until that is completed, this neighborhood will be without a Canadian Tire for several years or more. And it's nice to not have to wear gloves. I still have my light coat on, but I'm already feeling a little bit too warm with it. I have it unzipped at the moment. I almost feel like I could take it off and carry it with just my t-shirt. Bud Sugarman Park. And Rosedale subway station is just right over there. So we pass through the Yonge Street stretch of Rosedale. Most of the neighborhood lies to the east. Now we're starting to see the gradual uphill climb. Toronto is not as flat as a lot of people like to make it out to be. And there's Rosedale subway station. Quite a lot of work going on around the station. Looking back towards downtown. And you'll find lots of fairly upscale shops and restaurants along this stretch of Yonge. Quite a contrast from Yonge Street below Bloor. Almost feels like two different streets, really. And there's a look into the neighborhood. One of the top 2 or 3 most wealthy neighborhoods in the city. Many people would rank it at number 1. The latest scoop sounds more like an ice cream parlor, but apparently it's a woman's apparel store. And it's Karen's, but with a C. And a mid-rise residential building is proposed for the site of this former Staples store. The building itself is fairly architecturally significant, and I believe it will be preserved to some extent. Probably not this one, though. I don't think this will be preserved. It too has a redevelopment notice here for a 19-story residential building. No great loss there. I mean, hopefully the business can relocate, though. The building itself looks more like something you'd find in a suburban area. Every once in a while I'll just turn around to check out the skyline view. It gets better the further north you go. Rendering of a new development currently under construction here. Right across from the awesome old former train station here. This was once known as the North Toronto Rail Station. And now it's a very big and fancy liquor store. You can actually see inside the store as we walk through here. And that was the CP rail line we just walked underneath. It's still operational. You'll see trains passing by. Actually, there was one passing by just a few minutes ago. I might have caught a bit of that on camera. We're steadily heading uphill. Another development notice across the street for that building, which looks like a rather modern addition to the area. Not sure how long ago that was built. Probably no more than 30 or 40 years ago. And it looks like a tallish residential building will be replacing that. Over 20 stories by the looks of it. It's nice to see so many people out walking through the area. The last few walks I've done through this part of Yonge were not very busy in terms of pedestrian activity. Skyline checkup. And this was the head office of Cineplex, Canadian theater chain. And I believe this is also the site of a redevelopment. An 11-story mid-rise. No more condos. You see that scribbled all over these development notices everywhere. To me that seems rather short-sighted and downright ignorant to make those sort of statements, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, so I would, if you go.
Almost at St Clair. I'm going to cross here just so we can get a good look down towards the skyline once again. I think this is the crest of the hill. Go. The view is actually better from a bit further south, which I already captured, so I think we've done our job skyline wise. Here's Paul Mart. And there's a spooky cemetery just up here. A rather large one. And a Book City location. This is a local chain. You'll find stores in various neighborhoods around the city. Hopefully that never goes away. So, Yonge and St Clair. So this is one of the two main hubs in Midtown, the other being Yonge and Eglinton. And they're both characterized by busy intersections with some high-density office and residential towers, and lots of stores and restaurants. You could live in this neighborhood and rarely have to go to downtown Toronto for most of your needs. And it's quite walkable, obviously, and subway station, of course, along Yonge. And there's also a streetcar line running along St Clair that's in its own dedicated right-of-way. And the neighborhood is getting taller. See, a 49-story tower is proposed for this corner. And there's already another 40-plus story building under construction just north of St Clair. So those buildings will tower over the existing buildings in the area, which tend to top out at around 25 stories or so. Maybe one day it'll be as tall as Yonge and Eglinton to the north, which has some very tall towers, over 50 stories, closer to 60 for some. So I'll just take us a little ways east along St Clair Avenue. We'll get a look at St Clair subway station here. And a pretty cool mural. I don't often get to see that. I don't usually walk east of Yonge along St Clair. Here's the streetcar loop, and here comes a streetcar actually, so good timing. That was coming out of the subway station. Streetcars pull into the station in a loop, so you can transfer from streetcar to subway or vice versa in a completely fare protected or fare paid zone. Pretty seamless transfer, something Toronto does really right with its transit system. And I didn't know this Farm Boy location was here. I don't think it was last time I walked past, which was quite a while ago. But I'm going to start to wrap up the video here. I hope you enjoyed the walk up Yonge Street, starting at Yonge and Bloor, and heading north uphill to Yonge and St Clair on this very mild, if somewhat overcast spring day. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because I have more to do after this. So leave a comment below if you enjoyed the walk, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also be sure to hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store, and there's also a super thanks button right down below. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.